Hi everyone, Leeway Models here. To do something a bit different, you're gonna hear me talk today. So, if you guys remember correctly, I showed this very train pack a couple of weeks ago, and it had the compact information little logo here. I didn't know what it was, and I thought I would dig a bit into it. As you guys know, the reason why I created this channel in the first place was because I had no space in my new home to build a proper layout. Well, after reaching out with somebody from the YouTube comment section, well, it turns out that perhaps I should create something in N scale. So, Martin, if you're listening, thank you for the idea. So, well, I found this out. This is a basic compact oval set. That's how they call it by Kato unitrack series. The part number 20.2, correction, 2890, and the model is a CV1 for this pack. Now, this is extremely cheap. You're talking about between 20 and 30 US dollars that you can find this around. That's about the equivalent of 30 to 40 dollars in Canadian dollars for our Canadian friends here. So anyway, what this is just a basic oval set. It includes pretty much everything. You got a re-railer here, and well, it gives you a couple of idea of what you can do with it. As you can see, it's all written in Japanese, except it's not. So thank you, Kato, for doing that. This came from Japan. I bought it on eBay. So anyway, let's see what's in that pack here, and if I can make it fit in the little area I have here to display on the camera. So first of all, let's remove this here. Well, this little cardboard seems like it opens it. So, oh, okay, it's Japanese, so it's the other way around. And yeah, I mean, you got all the instructions in Japanese and fortunately in English because I can't read Japanese. So yeah, that seems to be a bunch of good stuff. Now I gotta say that the whole package, although it's a blister, it's interesting to see that it can be easily reassembled together. So I figure that once I'm done with this video, I'll be able to repackage it if it's taking up too much space. Okay, what about the accessories we have here? Now this is a re-railer. Basically you put your little trains here and then it goes directly on the track through those little plastic tracks here. Now this thing here, I'm going to show you what it is in a second. It's actually interesting for if you do modification. I already had the Kato unitracks, so I have a general idea on how this works. So you got a bunch of tracks and you've got electrical cable. Now this does not come with a power supply. Fortunately, I already had one, so I'll be using the power supply from Kato, but from a different sets. So what do we have in terms of track here? So we got a bunch of very tight curve, it seems like, and okay, well, these things, they can be disassembled. So, and this one can be disassembled even more, it seems. So let's just put this here. So these are all identical. Oh, you got these. No, they cannot be disassembled. And I guess it's the same for this one. Now, the reason why we have two little stretch here, from my understanding and what I saw in the back, this one here is probably, yes it is, probably the place where you would hook up the wire. So let's reconnect that together. So I told you I was going to tell you what this thing is about. Well, the way the Kato unitracks are made, you've got this little fish plates, which basically you can, if I put it on the right side, you can basically remove, there you go, so that if you've got a broken one, you can replace it. But these are brand new, so if they're broken, we have other problems. One thing I really like about the unitracks is that you cannot really break your fish plate by assembling your track because of the big plastic chunk that you can see here. Well, that chunk really snaps. Thank you, camera. and it creates really solid connections, and they can be disassembled and reassembled. I mean, unitracks are excessively good. They're not cheap usually, but again, this set for my intended purpose here was excessively cheap. So let's build something with all of that. So a little straight here, straight here. So let's make sure, where's my power? Actually, put this one this way because I'm gonna need to connect the wire here. Now they really do a really nice click, and you see they're very sturdy. They're not gonna disconnect themselves. Now the unitracks, they're available in both HO scale and N scale. I have never used the HO scale ones, but if they're half as good as the N scale tracks, they must be really good. Okay, so now we have a basic oval. Okay, let's hook up some power. Now the power supply I'll be using, like I told you earlier, is made by Kato. So let's see, this one goes this way. See what I mean when I say that those tracks are really sturdy? I'm holding the whole layout in my hand and it doesn't fall apart. Well, if I can call this a layout. So the power supply I'll be using is this one here. Standard power supply by Kato. Now usually I hate train set, and so should you. Well, not hate train set, but hate train set power supply, but Kato is an exception. Everything made by that company is excessively well made. If you guys ever used any of the Digitrack's Zephyr, you're gonna recognize some of the switches. Well, they're the same one. Very sturdy. It's not that heavy, but well, actually, I'll do a review of that if you're interested later. But I mean, it works really well. Now, obviously, we're gonna try to use something that you've already seen, because why should I spoil the surprise on all the other fancy thing I have hanging in my collection? And there you go. So, if you guys remember correctly, this is the powered unit. Just gonna use the little rerailer here just to give you an idea how that works. You basically put it there and just slide it, and magically this thing is now on the track. So yep, on this train pack, the locomotive is unpowered and there's an unpowered car. This is the powered car. It's actually about twice the weight as the other one. Now if I try to use it, obviously nothing's happening. Now if I connect it correctly, perhaps, there you go. So let's just try to make a crawl with it. Let's see. So there you go. I'm about 15% total power right now of what the controller can output, and you see it. Oh, it just cut out. Well, anyway, the basic idea here is, yeah, it works. And those tracks are made out of nickel silver. Nickel silver, as you know, is the preferred type of tracks today. You also have steel that exists on cheaper train sets. And if you guys have older tracks, you're gonna find some in brass. Now, nickel silver is not as conductive as brass, but hell of a lot less maintenance. So guess what? Overall, better than brass. So let's make this run, and hopefully you guys enjoy seeing it topside view. No idea on how I can change the camera angle without messing everything up. So let's see. There you go. I guess it hasn't ran in a while also. Okay, so now the radius of this is extremely short. Let me just turn this off. The radius of this is really short, like I said. I'm wondering what type of locomotive I can run on this. So I've actually took out a bigger American loco. Let's just put this back in the box. And that American loco is the one you've already seen, the GP18 from the Northern Pacific. Thank you for the user who basically told me that I wrote Southern Pacific. I just did a Southern loco, so I guess I was still a bit screwed up in my head. Or I can blame it on the fact that English is not my first language and just pretend like I never saw the mistake I did. So the Northern Pacific, that's the GP18. So significantly larger locomotives, actually with bogies instead of just being with two wheels. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Let's try it out. And obviously, I haven't ran any locos in a while, so hope it doesn't require maintenance at this time because I'm gonna look like a fool, but I already did since I'm talking to you in my very improper English. Well, it's buzzing. It's doing something. Let's put more power. And it seems like it works. It's not happy running right now, I can tell you that, but oh, okay. Well, it just unstuck itself. So I'm about at 60% speed on the controller right now. So I'm happy to see that this loco works. Perhaps I should try something even bigger. Hold on a sec. Okay. Well, this is 100% speed, just to give you a quick idea. Let's turn this down and switch loco again. So the next loco I'm going to take out, I haven't showed it up close, and so I'm not going to really show it up close for now, just to keep the little surprise. If you guys are interested in seeing it, it's made by Atlas. Unfortunately, the company whom it was made for, or actually the railway operator, well, they're not in service for a very good reason, and anybody around probably don't like this company for what they did. Now I've said enough about this. Perhaps I should just tell you it was made by correction. It was operated by the Montreal, Maine and Atlantic Railway. These are the guys that made basically A Village Blew Up. Well, just for reference, I had this one before The Village Blew Up. And well, anyway, let's try it and see if this one's gonna derail. That's by the way, the model of this, it's dash 840B. It's buzzing. Tell you what, this works. I mean, seriously, I didn't expect this one to work because, like, this loco is excessively large. But there's something that I noted here that maybe could be a problem. I'm just going to slow it down and show it to you. I have those classic international couplers in the back here, as opposed to just the proprietary American ones. I just want you to look the overhang that this loco is going to have when they turn. So I'm not sure that it could actually pull anything because it seems like it's pretty much out. So perhaps I should just go get a let's go get a large passenger car and a smaller freight car and see what it looks like. Okay, so here is a large passenger car. It's a Canadian Pacific stainless steel bud with, I think they call this the Skyview. Okay, let's just slow this down. There you go. Take this here. Now these are cheap cars, okay? They're not fancy ones or anything like that. They They actually have plastic wheels, so I mean they're not quality or anything. So I mean if it doesn't work, well, I guess I could blame it on the fact that they're very, very long, but still, let's try it. He doesn't like it. Oh, and I guess it derailed. Did it derail? Yep, it did. Wish you guys could see this. Wish I got better skill at cameras. Yep, it did derail. I kind of was expecting that. Okay, so let's try with the shorter one. There we go. So this little car, this little train car here. This one does have metal wheels. It's not really heavy, so I'm gonna be surprised to see how this works. Now, would it be different with a different type of coupler? Maybe. Will I switch my couplers to do this test? Absolutely not. These things are so tiny. Okay, so let's see what's gonna happen. This work? No, it doesn't. Okay, let's give it one more shot just in case, and then we're gonna wrap this up. So, I'm gonna feel fancy and use that little rerailer here, because this is quite far, and you don't want to see my ugly face. There we go. Okay, so let's try again. Okay, does it work? Does it work? Well, it's doing it. It is not doing it anymore. So anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I can say the usual crap about subscribing and becoming a member and pressing the little bell and take a look at the sponsors and all those weird things that other YouTubers do. I'm not a proper YouTuber. I'm just a guy with some spare time, some trains, no layout. Well, actually, I have a layout now. So just do whatever you want. And on that note, have a good day. And we'll see you next video.